Bruno, thank you once again for joining me talking about fresh perspectives on coaching. Ethics, such an important topic. What's your definition of ethics?
My first perception is very serious. It's a very serious one. Definitively it's a huge topic. In our frame, let's make sure that all the main topics that will guarantee this professionalism will be addressed. There are many writings on that. There are many quotes which can help us understanding better what's ethics about. From my perspective, ethics it's a synonym of clarity, of purpose, and definitively alignment between the client and the coach.
Who drives the ethics then?
I know everything in coaching is driven by ethics. Your skills, the way you interact with other people are definitively a consequence of a good understanding of ethics. I can give you a few examples.
Yes.
Relationship is based on trust, confidence, respect, but also this freedom that you can communicate with myself, with other person in a very open way. These rules of the relation must be anchored in the coaching process. Okay? If you don't respect the confidentiality, if you don't respect the intimacy of this relationship, you will not be able to observe new feelings, and you will not facilitate this process of emerging new feelings from your client, because there is no guarantee that these emotions will be properly addressed in the process. From another angle, we sometimes, and it's a mistake, assume that to be a coach, you need to get this legitimacy of being certified, of getting some points in an association or with an organism. Coaching, it's not a question of papers and diplomas. It's much more than that. Definitively, yes, you need to be prepared, to be trained, to be mentored, to be supervised by some experienced people. I will not say experts, but people which may guarantee an appropriate support for you, and making sure that in some tricky and difficult situations you will be properly shouldered. But it's not only a question of training and preparation. It's a question of clarifying your identity and knowing perfectly about boundary management. You are a coach, you are a business coach, you are a life coach, whatever. You are not a trainer. You are not a manager. You are not a priest or a psy. You are something else. So clarifying your identity, showing to your client that you have hours of preparation, of working with clients, pointing out few examples of clients you are working with, making sure these clients agree that you can share them. Clarifying there is no conflict of interest, because you have always an interest of working with a client. Maybe your authority, the resources, the connection that you may have can interest me. We need to know in what battlefield we are playing.
I love that. So what makes you legitimate as a coach isn't a certification. It isn't training. You're not saying that those aren't important, but that's not what makes you legitimate as a coach. What I hear you saying is what makes you legitimate as a coach is basic trust.
Yes, it's basic trust, and your clients will legitimate you. Coaching, it's not a question of theory and knowledge. It's much more a question of practice. And through the practice, you will learn the best way to support your clients, and also your clients will reassess and will restate this legitimacy for you.
Also, I would think, do you establish in the rules beginning, because if two people are coming, say, from different places, so you establish kind of what the ethics or the code of ethics in this context is. For instance, I would hope that my coach isn't telling their family about my personal life. Confidentiality.
You know, from what you said, let's remember that you cannot frame a relationship with a new client, whatever the client, whoever the client, if there is not any clear code of ethics. You need to clarify what's your code of ethics. It can be inspired from an international association, any global organism. There are many of them. You can adapt this code and make it your code, adapting it with certain features. And I like to work like this, you know, to leverage a code of ethics and to explain to my client the importance of respecting this code, and providing sometimes the opportunity to have, you know, in case of breaching this code, getting the opportunity to call to somebody or to write an email to a person to show this importance of mutual ethics in that process. But at the same time, I would say it's balanced by the commitment of your clients. If you're committed to these ethics rules, at the same time, your clients must understand it's not something for fun. It's not a pilot. We are investing money in that process. We need results. There is a strong engagement from both parts in making sure that it will be a successful one.
Absolutely. So you don't only come with your code, but you're saying you make sure that it aligns with your clients, and you develop even your own. You might present them some options, but do you even see if there's anything that they don't agree with or want to add to that, to be respected, to make it a safe place?
That's for sure.
Well, thank you. Ethics, I know, is a big topic, but I love how you've defined it. You've illuminated more about
You told
how
me
we
that
can
I could
use it.
interrupt you. I didn't interrupt you.
I like it.
You know, ethics is not only a serious thing. It looks like, you know, this encyclopedia that we have in the bookstore, in your library, and we never read them, you know? It's not only a question of showing that we are doing the right thing. It's not only that. It's acting in such a way that it will be fun, it will be effective, it will be fulfilling for your clients. So we talk a lot about compliance in large organizations. How can we make sure that